Well, good evening from the great state of Iowa. We had above freezing temperatures today. I'm not sure exactly how nice it did get, but I did see a lot of thawing and a lot of mud. When I would let our little dog out, he would come back, just all wet and muddy and all of that fun stuff. But anyway, welcome. This is Tuesday, December 23rd, and I like to refer to it as being Christmas Eve Day. So I'm going to just take a quick gander over here at my computer and make sure that it is working, and make sure that I'm not upside down or anything like that. I think I did figure out how to look at the comments, you guys. So I did some practicing today, and let me see here what's going on. Okay, just a brief moment for technical difficulties. I thought, yeah, it's going. That's good now. So if I do this little arrow here, there's no comments yet. So would whoever's watching me make a comment and let the others know that are watching along with me, where you're watching from. Hello, Janet. I know you're watching from California. I hope you're, got everything checked off your list and you're ready to enjoy Christmas if you're going to celebrate it, in the next couple of days, as this is Christmas Eve Day, like I said earlier. So one of our traditions we have is, thank you, Janet, for commenting. I did see that. It is a good evening. It's a beautiful evening. Let me know, Janet, what your temperature is there. I think we were like, I don't know if we made it up to the 40s or not, but it was really a nice day. And one of the traditions that we have on Christmas Eve is oyster stew. So I kind of, worked on getting my live ready earlier tonight. And then, about 6 o'clock or so, I thought, okay, yep, I can step away for an hour and start the oyster stew. So that's what I did. So I went down just a few minutes ago because I needed my chamois. How can you stamp without a chamois? So when I went down there, it smelled so good. It smelled like oyster stew. So also another thing, and I'm not really sure how to prepare for this one, but I love to make bread. I have always enjoyed, well, first of all, you have to love bread in order to make bread. So when I was in 4-H, I did several demonstrations on making bread. I even was on TV. Yeah. I don't know if it was Iowa Public TV or just what, I can't remember. But anyway, I've one year, hi Peggy. 1 year for Christmas, my in-laws gave us all a bread maker. And that was, I don't know how many years ago. So I used that bread maker until, it quit. And then when my mother-in-law wasn't making bread anymore, then I got her bread maker. So my bread maker finally died tonight when I was making the oyster stew. So I'm not really sure how I'm going to make my hot rolls. I may have to call Mrs. King and get her rolls for the holiday. I'm not really sure yet. Obviously, we've got a few hours to worry about it, don't we? So anyway, for those of you just joining me, hi, Janet. How are you tonight? Janet is coming to us from Belmont. What a beautiful day we had, didn't we, Janet and Peggy? Oh my gosh. I would never have dreamt that we would have such nice weather so close to Christmas. But I'm not complaining because there is a lot of people that have to commute, you know, to different family meals and stuff. So the only thing I wish we didn't have was so much ice. I'm really worried that after today's nice temperatures, it's going to create a lot of, you know, ice. So tonight, guess what we're going to do? We're going to open up doors number, let's see, 7, 8, and 9 of the Advent calendar. We have been doing this all month for the month of December. And it's not really, I don't really know what the marketing is behind Stampin' Up's idea with this 12 days of crafting Advent calendar, because it is not Christmas. It is not, it is religious though, I guess. Now I just figured out, I answered my own questions, because obviously it's a very, because one of the stamps is healing hugs, another one is thinking of you, another one is proud of you, another one is love you, another sentiment is for someone extra special, and there's a big thanks, and there's always in my heart and miss you. So what Stampin' Up has done is created an all-inclusive kit for us with 12 doors. It came with 2 stamp sets, and I have been really enjoying it. So I am going to turn my camera down to my work surface. So, hi Nancy, how are you tonight? Are you ready to see? But you already know what's behind doors 7, 8, and 9, don't you, of the Advent calendar? But I know you'll watch again, won't you? Can't figure out why my live chat. Oh, I got to. There's live chats and then there's overviews. Oh gosh, I learn something all the time. But anyway, close your eyes so that you don't get dizzy, because I am going to reverse my camera down to my work surface, and then then you can see what's behind doors number 7, 8, and 9. I don't know why I have such a hard time remembering what doors we're going to be working on tonight, but I sure am, aren't I? Okay, so here is our camera. Don't open your eyes just quite yet. Keep them closed just a little bit longer. Don't want you to get dizzy and not be able to help Santa out the next couple of days. Okay, I believe we're gonna quit right there. It looks like it's pretty good. So let's go ahead and bring in the Advent calendar box, and this is the pretty cover of it. It's got a lot of Christmas bulbs on it and stuff, and it's kind of big for my work surface, but we're gonna get it done. I'm gonna move a couple of my ink pads because I got some special techniques I want to show you. Okay, so we have already opened up door 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So now let's open up door number 7, which is another door that is, let's see what size the door is. What do you think is behind this door? We've had some dies. We've had some embellishments. Tonight we're going to be working with the stencils. That's about 3.5 by 3. What do you think could be behind that door? And it looks like you guys can't see that part of the calendar, can you? So I'm going to have to raise so close your eyes again. Did I tell you to open your eyes yet? You can now, if you didn't open them, you're in luck. It's pretty good that you didn't open them. Let's see why this thing doesn't want to stay here where I want it to stay. Doesn't it know who the boss is? Okay. So Nancy Dodge, we need to work on those other camera setups, don't we? So anyway, here is I'm going to hold this up for just a second so you can see it. You can open your eyes, by the way. Here is the door number 7. It's 3.5 by 3. So let's go ahead and open it up. And I know I'm off camera right now, but I apologize for that. I'll try and quickly open this for you. Yes, you're right. Every door does have an awesome product. And look what was in door number 7. Some more dies, you guys. And look at here. They are postage stamp dies, I call them. So it looks like some of them have a little design on them even. It's got some dots and stuff. So that'll be fun. We'll play with that next week, okay? Those dies. So that was door number 7. Woohoo. Isn't that neat? Okay, so let's go and open up door number 8. And I practiced with this camera to make sure that it would show my whole work surface earlier today. So, okay, let's go over here to door number 8. And 8 is kind of a small door. It looks like it measures about 3.5 again, but it's only about 2 inches wide. So what do you think might be in door number 8? Obviously the color doesn't have anything to do with it, does it? You know that, but it's sure pretty, isn't it? It's got stripes on it. Okay, here comes door number 8. Let's open it up. Ooh, my favorite. I love twine. And it looks like it's got the flirty flamingo and misty moonlight. Isn't that neat? Okay, so that was door number 8. Let's put that back in there. Okay, the next door we're going to open up is door number 9. So we are opening up 3 doors tonight, which normally we only do 2. But since I want to finish this up in the month of December, that's why I thought we would do three doors tonight, and then we'll do 3 doors next week, which would be Tuesday, December 30th. Now this door, I didn't take the measurements of it, did I? This door is like about 4 by 3.5. So we had some additional dies in door number 7. We had some twine in door number 8. What could be in door number 9? What more could we possibly get out of this? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Look at this. And I cannot get this out. I got to get my take your pick tool here. Look at this. It is some more of that beautiful stationery. I was going to, or beautiful DSP. I was going to put in the Stampin' Up! Has a sandbox that you can make suggestions in. And I was going to suggest that they come out with another package of this DSP because it is so beautiful. So it looks like these would be perfect for scrapbookers. It's about a 3 by 4 little, oh, these are double-sided, where the other DSP has not been, it was not double-sided. So these are very, very nice. Oh, they are going to be so fun to create with. Now, these can be used on the inside of your card. I can see possibilities for that. I can also see possibilities for it just being the focal point on the front of cards. But look at that. And then this could be a journaling box for a scrapbooker. And not only did they have those nice little cards, but they also had some little beautiful die cuts. And I tell you what, I have really enjoyed the colors of this kit. crushed curry, the, you know, flamingo. Oh, look at this, a little flower. Isn't this cute? Oh, right, I have big fingers, and these are just precious. Little cupcakes, little hearts. You know what? I'm going to leave these out because I believe we can use some of these tonight. If that's okay, you guys, we will use the other doors, 7 and 8, next week. But let's use some of these die cuts from this door number 9 tonight. Oh my goodness, they just did a beautiful job. Remember earlier we were stamping with the butterfly, and then remember earlier too that they had these cute little flowers and stuff, and they even have little strawberries. Very, 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 very nice. I really like those. So now to find a spot here on my work surface where I can keep them all together. Wish me luck, okay? I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put them right up there. I'm going to put them right up there with Jesse and Jeff. And when I was cleaning my desk off the other night, who remembers the Christmas stamp that we had with the barn and the sleigh and the reindeers? For some reason, I must have had an extra barn. So I kept it, obviously. So now Jesse's in heaven, but Jesse and Jeff now have a barn that they can stay in. So they'll be standing up there. So let's go ahead, and I'm really excited to show you these masks or stencils. And did I tell you to open your eyes after I told you to close them? I'm afraid I didn't, did I? So let's go ahead and do some coloring with the stencils. So trying to get my work surface clean here. So what I did was earlier I was playing around with, I call them masks, but I want to thank Terry Gaines. I believe she's from Minnesota. I watched her YouTube for a little bit tonight, and she gave me some really cute ideas. So like I told you, we need to play with our new stuff first before we just go ahead and put it on a card. And so what I've done is, when I did it the first time, I did it just by the book. I used the two colors, or the two stencils of the Flirty Flamingo. I still haven't found my big stamp pad, but I haven't really looked for it either. So, and what I did was I used number 1, and do you see that? Can you see that pencil mark up there? Do you see that pencil mark right there? That is where you put the notch on number 1, so you know where it needs to be. So then when you get done with stencil number 1, you then put stencil number 2 up there at the same place and kind of hold it with your hand. And you can see where it will do different designs. So let's go ahead and let's, I'm going to turn this upside down, but I wanted to show you some stuff that I learned from Terry Gaines. I really enjoyed playing with these stencils tonight. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of put this over here close to that other one, because I can't get another one out of this piece of paper, can I? But I can do a partial flower, can I? So let's go ahead and with a pencil trace this notch, and then trace the corner down, so you have something to mark it by. So let's go ahead and let's go. Remember this little paintbrush like that came with these stencils? Well, that's what I used for the Flirty Flamingo. For the other ones, I did not use it. I used my sponge brushes. And I earlier with my other colors, I took a block and squished it in the ink, and then that way it doesn't dry out as fast. And then with this paintbrush, you just kind of dab it on the stencil. Can you see that? Am I in the camera view? And you got to remember, just dab it. You don't want to paint it because you might go underneath the stencil. So, so we'll go ahead and do all of these that I've done in the stencil with the Flirty Flamingo. And you can change the color. You don't have to have it be all Flirty Flamingo. As you can see up here, I did Misty Moonlight. And I will do that again in just a minute. So there is the Flirty Flamingo. It's not my best work because obviously I'm trying to do it fast. And Beth Ann, I'm so proud of you that you're going to wait and do yours after Christmas when you can just sit and relax and take your time. That'll be really exciting. Now when you get done with this, you can just wash it off, okay? Let's go ahead and no, I want to go ahead and finish. Okay, so let's find number 2 right now. This is number 2. So I'm lining it up with the notch, okay? And I'm not sure if it worked better with the block or with it just working into this little ink spot. I'm just going to go ahead and do it this way. But as you can, do you remember how when we did that first one, it was just kind of like one layer, wasn't it? Well, now you're going to see where it's going to look layered. And I'm trying to do this rapidly to save time. So, and it'll be beautiful. Don't worry about it. It's just one of those things that if you could do it slow, it would be, you know, it would turn out totally different, okay? So can you kind of see the layers there with the light and the dark? And I used that paintbrush that came with that. Now I'm going to go ahead and do the third stencil, which is it's got a number 3 right there in it. Can you see it? And then line it up with the notch. Does anybody have any questions? Okay. Oh, Santa may bring me another calendar. Wouldn't that be nice, Nancy? That he would read my mind like that? Okay, so what I'm going to do now is you could you know, clean out your paintbrush and use your green, your old olive with it. But I'm going to go ahead and use a sponge brush. And you just dab it as much as you want. I have a white sweatshirt on tonight. My Tweet Be Happy. Thank you, Carrie, for making it for me. I'm kind of messy with white. And I've got this ink pad right down below me here, off to my left, that you probably can't see. Let's close up this Flirty Flamingo. Okay, so do you see how we have some leaves forming there? Now, when you do the 4th and final stencil, what you're going to do is you are going to color in, and if it moves, it moves. You're going to color in like the center of the flowers. Now, you could use yellow if you wanted to, or you could use blue. And then you're going to color in you're going to do some shading on the leaves. I just think the concept artists that made these, wow, They just did a really, really nice job. So there again, when you get done with these, you can just wipe them off. I'm going to just kind of carefully stack them and put them way over to my right over here so that I don't get them on my white sweatshirt. And when it comes to washing out these sponge brushes, you just run them under water and they come clear. Some people don't even wash them out. Some people just, you know, always just reuse them. Oh, you know what I did again? I forgot to put some light on the subject. Let's put some light on the subject. I bet that helps, doesn't it? Sorry about that if that was dark. There is my little light, my little fancy light. That might someday go with my fancy camera, right, Nancy? So let's go ahead and the card that I am going to be making tonight is, you guys know that I love Casing Tuesdays. So the Casing Tuesday this week is number 544. And what that calls for is a card base that is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, and it's, you know, it's scored at the 4 1/4. And then I think that should be dry. What do you think? Let's put that over there. So let's go ahead and take our bone folder and score it so that it lays flat. And then the second layer of this card needs to be 4 1/4 by 4 1/4. Well, I believe what we're going to do is we are going to use one of these samples that I used earlier. How about that? Because this is the card that I made earlier today, and this is Casing Tuesday number 544, and it's on a thick white cardstock. And I did just take the green, the old olive sponge, and just kind of sponged around the edges, because when I erased that little notch up there, my eraser wasn't clean and it kind of smudged it. So I thought, oh heck, what am I going to do now? But never fail. You can, you know, kind of take the ink with the sponge. And then also, it's kind of hard to tell it, but behind here, I took the remainder of my crushed curry and kind of did like an oval here in the center. So that is the card that I did. So we're going to do something similar to that now. Probably no two cards turn out the same, do they, guys? So let's go ahead and get our trimmer here. And the card sketch did call for a 4 1/4 by 4 1/4. And when I did this before, now do you see here how I have those notches? Let's go ahead and erase that to start with. I really worked hard to, you know, make sure my eraser was clean, but I must have pressed too hard on my pencil. So we'll kind of, you know, ink around the outside of that too. So let's go ahead and with the trimmer, we'll do the 4 1/4, which is about right there. Well, you and I both know that, you know, I tried to squeeze that other one in there. So it's going to be about 4 and, let's see. Yeah, I'll just cut straight through here. Got to try and think ahead of what I might need before. So we'll do almost a little over 4 inches. And so then to keep it square, we'll make sure that we do this about 4 inches too. So what do you think? Isn't that beautiful? Now, that is not the one that we colored. This is the Misty Moonlight one that we colored. But the one that we did color was this one right here. And we'll use that again in a little bit. So this now is the 4 1/4 that is going to go on the thick white cardstock, something like that. Now, can you see how somehow, and I know how it happened, when I was using the stencil, I wasn't real careful and I got off the stencil. So that's what's creating this green and this yellow here. And if you notice, this is not the one that we did, like I said, because this one has the Misty Moonlight. And then also on one of the stencils, I did do the crushed curry rather than both layers of the Flirty Flamingo. This is what it looks like with the both layers and kind of fastly done. And this is the other one that I did. So let's go ahead and bring out our piercing mat here. And let's go ahead and just kind of, I'm going to bring out this scratch paper here. I think it's been used just a little bit. I hope it doesn't look too bad on the camera. But let's go ahead and just kind of finish sponging along the edges of this card to kind of match, you know, that the green and stuff that was on there before. Now, I don't mind doing this. Some of you may think, oh, you know, that's a mess. That's just an extra step. I don't know if this is the blue. I think this is the blue. So then, and I did use this earlier, so it may not have a lot of the Misty Moonlight ink in it. And I could sure put some more in it, but you know what? I just want it to be a shadow, so I'm not going to kind of work too hard on it. And now I've got this green brush over here. No, that's the Misty Moonlight. That's the green that I was just using. Okay, this is the Misty Moonlight. Let's see. Oh, yeah. Can you see how we're just going to do like the corners like of this? And I got a water kit and watercoloring, water painting, whatever kit, but I haven't used it yet. And this to me looks a lot like watercoloring without knowing a whole lot about watercoloring. What do you think? Do you like that? Is that pretty? Good. I'm glad. Was my lighting better after I put that little light on there, Nancy, or was it okay before? So I'm going to go ahead and that we need 5 inches of ribbon is what this card sketch said. So let's go ahead and let's cut this. Kind of lost my mark where it was 5 inches, but at least we know it's somewhere in there. And let's pray and hope that my ribbon holder doesn't fall down like it did earlier this afternoon when I was practicing. So we're going to go ahead and now, do you notice that I had already put some jewels in the center of here? Remember last week I made those homemade glue dots? Well, I did them again, and I have stuck my hands in them several times. So what I did was I squeezed little tiny dots of the liquid glue onto the glue dot paper that's left after you take the glue dots off. And we are going to take another gold sequin from door number 3, and we are going to only take out one. Kind of hard to do in this little sack here with big fingers. So we're going to go ahead and take your pick the putty end. Let's go ahead and grab the sequin and put it into the glue dot. I've really learned that it's very important that you do small amounts of glue also. because these sequins, now this happens to be a big sequin, so it worked out okay. But this is what the glue looks like on the glue dot paper that's left. These are homemade glue dots with the liquid glue, and they're sticky. They're quite nice. So, but if you don't want to get your finger into them, they're stuck on you for a long, long time. So let's go ahead then, and the pattern, the sketch calls for this 5 inches of ribbon to be put onto this card. So what I'm going to do is, when I put my sequin on there, I normally would probably put it towards the center, but I'm going to put it towards the bottom of the card. And I'm going to, with a piece of Scotch tape, I'm going to tape that ribbon down so that it doesn't get loose. I could have used one of my homemade glue dots. I didn't think about that. I already had my tape out. So, okay. So isn't that pretty gold? So then we will adhere. Isn't that just gorgeous? So we will adhere this to our thick white cardstock, and look at that. Isn't that pretty on the thick white? You can see the greens now and stuff, can't you? So let's go ahead, and I think I'm going to just use the Seal Plus on it because I'm going to use dimensionals on some of the rest of the card. So let's go ahead and put that like that, and put that back away. So now you can put this wherever you want on this card. You could put it up towards the bottom, or excuse me, you could put it up towards the top and stamp something down on the white, which I think we're going to do for kicks and giggles this time. Make it, this is the card that I am following. I used a longer sentiment here, and I don't know. It seems kind of plain, but that's okay. Sometimes plain is better. So what we're going to do here then, it does call for a focal point, and the focal point should be 2 inch by 2 inch, okay? Well, I'm going to go ahead, and do you remember these little die cuts that we opened up tonight? Let's see if we can use one of them. Now this might be kind of cute to use. I don't know about that. I was also going to perhaps use, you know, in behind door number 4, it had these gold labels. I was also maybe going to try and use, but that kind of covers up too much, doesn't it? I don't think I like that, so we won't be using that. So let's go ahead and look at this. Here's a little ribbon. Here are some cherries. Here's a little bird and a blue ribbon. Oh, cute little things, isn't there? Let's see. I love these little hearts. Remember the one night we used tons of hearts, didn't we? So let's go ahead, and I'm doing this card on the fly now. So I'm not really sure. I think I want to add a bow to this ribbon and then tuck in some things. That's what I need. So let me stand up a minute here and cut some more ribbon. And again, cross your fingers and pray that my ribbon thing up here doesn't fall down. So let's go ahead, and I cut that kind of small. So what we're going to do is we're going to tie that on our card with just a knot. It just needs a little foo-foo, doesn't it? Just needs a little something. So let's go ahead and tie that onto the ribbon, and we will have something like that. I'm not really sure exactly where I want that knot to be at right now, So I'm just gonna kind of loosely tie it right now. I don't know if I want it more over there or where I want it. So just kind of, it's kind of a large bow right now. So let's go ahead and, you know what? I'm gonna try and use these again. Yep, I've got, I think I know what I'm gonna do. I'm going to, there is a beautiful stamp that says Healing Hugs. And I am going to use that, but before I do that, I am going to take this and I want to kind of, I'm going to go rogue here. I kind of want to tear it to give it some texture. So it kind of looks like a wrapping, doesn't it? Of, you know, when you buy a group of flowers, you know how they put it in paper to preserve it? So we're going to do that. And then with some glue dots, I'm going to make like an arrangement of flowers on top of that. So I don't know if this is going to turn out or not, but we're going to try it. We're going to try it. So I did a flirty flamingo flower, and here is a yellow one that I am adhering with glue dots. So, and then I'm going to, I don't want to get these all over here, but I have. What I'm going to do then is this little heart right here. I'm going to take a mini dimensional, which is right here, and put it behind the heart, something like this. And I'm going to break down the fibers of the heart, and I'm going to put it like that. What do you think? And then I am going to take the Healing Hugs, which is right here, and we are going to stamp that down here at the bottom. What do you think? Didn't that turn out nice? So now I can, let me do my chamois here and clean off the stamp here. I could also find my little heart here, and with the flirty flamingo, I could put a heart right in front of the Healing Hugs. What do you think? I don't know if we need another. I'm not going to put another heart on there. I'd sure like to, but we can put some hearts on the inside of the card. I just love this little heart. I just think it's just, I don't know, it's just so nice. So on the outside we put Healing Hugs. What should we put on the inside? Should we put for someone special? Yep, let's do that. For someone extra special, that's what we're going to say about that. And I'm going to carry out the flirty flamingo color. I'm not a pink girl, but I have really enjoyed the flirty flamingo with this 12 days of crafting. And so let's go ahead and close that up. Nope, I'm just going to leave the inside. So this is the inside of the card. This is the outside of the card. And let's go ahead and tighten up our knot now. If you wanted to, looks like we should trim off this one side right here. And we will do that. So what do you think of my card tonight? The Healing Hugs with door number 7. Excuse me. It was door number what door number? The masks were number 5. So I highly encourage you guys, if you have this 12 days of crafting, if you have this, or if you have some other stencils or masks, get them out and use different colors. Now, I could also, in addition to, I did not know that those die cuts were going to be in there, but I had planned to put, you know, trim out one of these flowers and put them on there, which you can also do. So anyway, just a couple of closing remarks. What time is it? It's about 8:45. These are the 2 cards that I made tonight. Now, I did not use these puffy embellishments yet, did I? Let's take a look at them real fast. I noticed that there was some cherries tonight. Did you notice that? And some strawberries. And there are some cherries and cupcakes, rainbows, and strawberries. I don't think I really want to add them to these cards tonight, but you sure could if you wanted to. We could almost probably also put, I don't know, there was a little butterfly. I was thinking there was a smaller butterfly than this one, but you could also put, you know, a butterfly like this or something raised up on a dimensional. I'm not going to do that because I'm very happy with the way these cards are tonight. But there's just so much that you can do with these cards. And I'm not going to use these either. I'll try and use all of that stuff next week. But just a couple of things in closing. This is Christmas Eve day. And I want to extend warm hello, Lisa. Nice. Thank you for joining. For those of you that are just joining me, this is Darla Tweeten, independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator from Iowa. And I have been demonstrating the stencils that were behind door number 5 of the 12 days of crafting. And I do want to also say that on January 26th, which is a Monday, I am having a demo retreat here at the Tweet Be Happy studio, and it will be my catalog launch. We do have a new catalog coming out in January, and it's good through April, and it is a beauty, you guys. There is some beautiful stamp sets. So the demonstrators will be getting together and doing our practice run for our first card buffet retreat that we're going to have on February 7th, which is a Saturday, and it's from 10 to 3. And it'll be at the Pizza Ranch in Clarion. And it will be a come and go. Like, if you can only come in the morning, we'd love to have you come in the morning. If you could only come in the afternoon, just come in the afternoon. Or maybe you've got it booked far enough ahead, which I'm hoping a lot of you guys do. Mark your calendar for February 7th. It's a Saturday from 10 to 3 for a card buffet. We will be having, I'm hoping, anywhere from 7 to 9 demonstrators. They will each be, you know, providing a card. And when you come there, it'll be kind of like when you go to lunch. There will be lunch there at the Pizza Ranch. Kind of like when you go to the pizza buffet. You choose what kind of pizza you want, take it back to your table, and you enjoy it. Well, a card buffet will be real similar to that. You will walk up to our display of cards, and you will choose the card that you would like to make. So write those couple of dates down, and I'll be advertising them a lot. And I'm wishing that you all have a season that is bright with your loved ones and those that are important to you. And I hope that if you have this Advent calendar, and even if you've opened it, even if you haven't opened it, or even if you haven't even ordered it, please order it. It's on last chance. which means, you know, they will not be making it again next year. But I'm hoping that each one of you will take some time to be slow and just craft. It is so enjoyable to create with the inks and the papers. Stampin' Up! Does just a marvelous job of, you know, coordinating. We don't have to worry about that. So until next Tuesday, which is December 3rd, I wish you a Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, however you celebrate it, and we will see you next Tuesday. God bless. Good night.